Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today I'm answering your request, best artificial sweeteners. We are going to talk about the best of the best when it comes to sugar alternatives, our artificial sweeteners, why they're best for your blood sugar, they don't raise your blood sugar, and why these are the ones you should be reaching for. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I did a video on the worst artificial sweeteners and why. I'll link that down below for you. And again, today we're talking about the best of the best. Check out the description box for the other artificial sweetener video, nutrition coaching, where I offer personalized to you macros and calories. I cannot recommend this service enough. And I have one-on-one coaching for accountability. Links, discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's jump into the best artificial sweeteners and why. Food is one of the greatest pleasures, and for people like me that are that have a huge sweet tooth, sweets can really make our day. But if you've been diagnosed with prediabetes, diabetes, or you really want to watch what you're eating, we tend to lean on artificial sweeteners rather than full sugar options. Anybody with blood sugar issues really have to be mindful of the sweeteners that they're choosing. They have to stay away from from sugar, and they have to lean on artificial sweeteners. So it's really important to know which ones you should avoid and which ones are really the best option, especially when it comes to spiking your blood sugar. Like I said, I did a video on the worst artificial sweeteners. That is linked down below for you. And today we're going to talk about the best artificial sweeteners and why. Number one is going to be stevia. Stevia is touted as the best artificial sweetener for good reason. It has 0 calories, 0 carbs, and a glycemic index or a GI index of 0. What the glycemic index is how foods affect your blood sugar. Do they spike your blood sugar? How quickly do they spike your blood sugar? And stevia has a GI index of 0. That's incredible. That means it doesn't offer any blood sugar spike. So pre-diabetics, diabetics, people who need to watch their sugar and the spike in their blood sugar, stevia is the best choice for an artificial sweetener. Actually, studies have found that stevia can lower insulin levels and blood glucose levels. Not many sweeteners have this claim to fame. So if you're looking for the best of artificial sweeteners, lean on stevia. Number 2 on this list is Splenda. And I find it interesting that Splenda's on the list because for me, I look at Splenda as just a lot of chemicals, but there's reasonings why Splenda's on this list, and a lot of those reasons have to do with blood sugar. Splenda, aka sucralose, was actually released to the market not too long ago in 1998, and since then it's really become one of the go-to sweetener alternatives for most households. It's in commercially made pastries, ice creams, I mean, you name anything that's sugar-free, and there's a good possibility it contains sucralose or Splenda. It has 600 times the sweetness of sugar, so a little bit goes a long way, and it's one of the artificial sweeteners that has 0 impact on your blood sugar levels. And comparing Splenda to stevia, stevia is a more natural product, and Splenda is a more processed, man-made product. However, Splenda is a lot more affordable than stevia. So if you're on a budget, I would lean on Splenda if you can't afford to grab stevia. And one other side note about stevia is make sure you're getting pure stevia, not stevia leaf or stevia leaf extract. That is processed stevia, where 100% pure stevia is directly from the plant and is the purest form of the sugar alternative. Number 3 is going to be erythritol. We see erythritol in a lot of keto products or low carb products. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol made by fermenting foods that naturally contain sugar, such as corn or wheat. This one, erythritol, is actually less sweet than traditional white table sugar, estimating about 70% of the sweetness of traditional sugar. It's very, very easy on your blood sugar. It has 0 calories, and it also has a 0 on the glycemic index. Although it does get absorbed by your small intestine, it is metabolized, which means that it's excreted through urine, similar to what regular table sugar does, which isn't the case for a lot of other artificial sweeteners. Some people have reported digestive distress after eating erythritol, and for me, it has a cooling effect that kind of lingers on your tongue after you consume products with erythritol in it. I don't care for the cooling effect, so I don't consume erythritol, but it is a great option if you're on a lower carb diet and you want another more affordable sweetener that has a 0 on the glycemic index. Number 4 is allulose. Now, this is a newer sweetener alternative to the market. It's actually made from figs and raisins, and it is delicious. I find that it tastes very similar to regular sugar. It's actually actually a rare sugar. It's found in very, very small quantities in things like brown sugar, maple syrup, and some dried fruits. That's where you're going to see allulose. It's actually making its way into the market a little bit more, even in things like protein powders, protein bars, and other sugar sweetened items. It does not raise your blood sugar whatsoever. And like I said, for me, it tastes the closest to real sugar. One thing about allulose to consider is it is not calorie free. The other artificial sweeteners that we've spoken about today have 0 calories. Now, it doesn't have a lot of calories, about 10% of sugar, which is a much better choice, a lot less calorie dense choice, and tastes really similar. Definitely give allulose a try if you haven't, and look for products that contain allulose. It's really, really a delicious sugar alternative. Number 5 is one of my other favorite sugar alternatives, and that is monk fruit sweetener. Monk fruit is native to southern China. It is a, you guessed it, small round fruit. Its extract is 150 to 200 times sweeter than sugar, so a little bit goes a long way. Now, monk fruit is fairly new to the market as well. A little bit older than allulose, but a fairly new option. It's a blood sugar friendly sweetener, and is another one that tastes very similar to regular sugar. It does not affect blood sugar or insulin levels, so it's another fantastic option. My favorite is Lakanto. Now, Lakanto monk fruit is mixed with erythritol, but I find that the blend is really satisfying and delicious, and I don't get that cooling effect. So I'll make sure that I link Lakanto down below for you. I do have a 15% off discount site-wide on any of the Lakanto monk fruit products. Number 6 is xylitol. Now, this is a really, really great sweetener alternative. One thing to be extremely mindful of with xylitol is if you have pets, dogs specifically, it is toxic to dogs. So if you're going to have xylitol in your house, you need to keep it far, far away from any pets. Now, for me, I have 3 dogs, so I just don't bring xylitol into my house at all because, you know, dog mom's scared of having my dogs get into it for some odd reason. So just be mindful that it is toxic to dogs. Xylitol is a sugar alcohol. So like erythritol, it is fermented from corn and wheat. The word xylose, which is part of the word xylitol, actually means sugar. It doesn't taste like a tree. Its sweetness is on par with regular table sugar. And unlike erythritol, xylitol does have some calories and some carbohydrates. A 2 teaspoon serving contains about 20 calories and about 8 grams of carbohydrates. Its glycemic index, or its GI index, is 13, which is much lower than sugar, which has a 63 on the GI index. So it's a great sugar alternative. Just be mindful that, again, it's toxic to pets. Number 7 on this list may surprise you, and that's going to be maple syrup. Maple syrup is loaded with over 24 different antioxidants. It even has small amounts of calcium, riboflavin, manganese, and zinc. For those that suffer with blood sugar levels, maple syrup probably isn't the best option. You'd be better off choosing some of the other sweeteners on the list, but it falls on this list because it's a natural, healthy sweetener alternative, a much healthier option than table sugar. It has a glycemic index of about 54, which is lower than honey, brown sugar, and white table sugar. It's still high, it still will elevate your blood glucose, and it has about 13 grams of carbohydrates per serving. But if you want to eat a cleaner, more whole food diet, maple syrup can be a great sweetener alternative. And number 8 is a sweetener that I found about a year ago and really enjoy, and that is coconut sugar. 2 teaspoons of coconut sugar is about 30 calories, 7 grams of sugar, and about 8 grams of carbohydrates, which is pretty much the same as white table sugar. However, it has a slight edge over that. It has zinc, iron, calcium, and potassium, which gives it that leading edge over white table sugar. And it has somewhat of a lower glycemic index, so it's going to affect your blood sugar differently than regular sugar. Still, it's not the ticket to blood sugar level spikes. So if you're someone that suffers from that, or you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, this is another sweetener similar to maple syrup that you want to eat in moderation. But again, following a cleaner approach to eating and wanting an alternative to white table sugar, coconut sugar is a top-notch option. So those are the 8 best of the best when it comes to sweetener alternatives. Let me know down in the comments which one of these is your go-to, which one of them is your favorite, and did any of them surprise you and you're gonna add those to your next grocery list. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell's turned on because, again, I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I will link Lakanto down below for you with that discount code, along with nutrition coaching and links and discounts to my other favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.